Welcome, it's Star Speaker Woman, and today is November 30th, 2020. And we have a Gemini full moon lunar eclipse happening, and I'm going to break that all down for you right now. Eclipses are turning points, and they bring a sudden change of direction in things. So full moons are powerful times of the lunar cycle anyway, because they are halfway through the lunation, and it's the point where it sheds new light on something and we're able to release something in order to continue moving forward and growing in the best way through the next cycle. And an eclipse cycles happen over a period of 2 years, and they bring interchange. And this one is happening in Gemini, which is bringing us new information. So let's start with an eclipse cycle. What does that mean? Eclipse cycles happen in periods of time over 1.5 to 2 years. And during this time, there's a series of 6 to 8 eclipses. And each one will bring powerful energy that changes our course. They highlight where we've come from, things that have happened in the past, our past lives, and where we need to go to find happiness and fulfillment for the development that we need to continue growing for our future destiny. Altogether, they happen over the same axis of the zodiac. So right now we have the sun in Sagittarius, which sits up here at the top of the zodiac in the 9th house. And the moon is full, reflecting the sun's light here in Gemini on the opposite end of the spectrum here in the zodiac. So again, eclipse cycles happen over a longer period of time than a full moon lunation cycle. And an eclipse cycle will happen in this same period over the course of 1.5 to 2 years. It's kind of like the background energy of our lives collectively, but they affect each one of us individually. I like to think of it like I said, they take us on a journey. So it's kind of like hiking a really big mountain. And the eclipses, when they happen, it's like hitting a switchback each time, changing and turning your points of direction. So ultimately, you're moving upwards over the course of this whole entire cycle, but each eclipse cycle will bring a moment of clarity or change that will help you, grow in your development. So it's like we're all hiking the same mountain together, but we each have our own individual experience. And how this eclipse shows up for you personally will totally depend on the points that are being activated in your natal chart. So you really won't always feel every eclipse cycle, but others will leave you totally feeling eclipsed, like propelling you forward into new, unexpected directions. And you're going to be like, what just happened? They bring sudden change. So this current cycle that we're in between Gemini and Sagittarius began last June with a eclipse in Sagittarius, and it highlighted the past. So it offered us a look back at our beliefs and how those beliefs have led us to where we find ourselves now. Sagittarius and Gemini work on the axis of the mind. So they work together to open our minds by bringing us awareness, helping us find truth, and really, it's the power in our beliefs. So again, this eclipse cycle will happen over 2 years, and it's going to toggle back and forth between Gemini and Sagittarius to help us look back at the past and figure out where we need to go in relation to our beliefs. Lunar eclipses happen when the moon is full, and they happen at night. It's when the moon passes between the moon is full and the earth moves between the moon and the sun. So it blocks the moon's reflection of the sun's light, and it kind of seems like the moon disappears. So during these pairs, the full moon and then solar eclipses are when the moon is new. They activate energies on this same axis of opening our minds. So right now, this Gemini full moon lunar eclipse is closing a door and bringing an internal change that we need for our future potential gains and growth. Lunar eclipses are, they're like resets for our emotional body. It's like powering off and on again because the light is being disrupted. So when this light is disrupted, we feel we feel it affects us here on Earth. And so it's like we're getting a reset. Our software is getting glitchy and the universe is turning us off and on again to emotionally reset our emotional bodies. And with that, we'll have an unexpected realization or something that will lead to a final ending of a personal nature. So oftentimes relationships will break up, or you'll notice behavioral patterns that make you want to change. You'll change your job or move. Things like that all happen unexpectedly around eclipses. So if an eclipse is like a turning point, then it's a new truth or an awareness that's going to come up that will propel us forward for our ultimate growth and well-being. So ultimately, the light of this Gemini full moon lunar eclipse is going to illuminate something internally for you. And the purpose is to bring a new perspective, understanding, or truth that you need for your soul alignment. So again, Gemini and Sagittarius are on this axis of truth. It's the axis of the mind in the zodiac. Together they run the power lines that open up our minds. Gemini is where we learn about the world around us that's tangible based on facts. It's the body. It's how we learn through our senses. It's the things that we know to be true based on what we can see and feel and touch. Sagittarius is where we learn about things that are beyond our eyes. It's the higher mind. It's like our third eye level of thinking that wants to commune with spirit, and it thinks abstractly. And so together, these two are working to help us find balance between the two, because that's where truth lies. It lies in the middle. And so we have two opposite ends of the spectrum here working to lift our perspectives, bring us into new awareness, and help us grow. Gemini is like the lower mind. Sagittarius is like the higher mind. So part of this theme over this period of 2 years, it's going to take us into 2022, is being open to receiving new information. Are you open to receiving new information? Are your beliefs set in stone, and are they holding you back? Part of climbing this mountain is it's the mountain of your beliefs. And awareness of that is going to help you open your mind and get you where you really need to go. So this eclipse cycle wants to expand your understanding of how you relate to the world you're part of by activating a sense of dedication to your own inner wisdom as it relates to your personal freedom. There's a lot of talk in the collective right now about abuse of power, and our personal freedom is at stake here. We are changing collectively, and this is the personal part of it. You have to look and decide, what are the cornerstones of your beliefs? What is it that holds you where you are? Overall, 2020 is a year of gaining clarity as it relates to our foundations. The foundations that we have set collectively, where the powers that be rule the people below. And it's also our internal powers of belief. So this is a really good cycle to start if you don't already track your own self-awareness with the powers or with the cycles of the moon. For me, it's the most powerful way to gain clarity, self-awareness. I really love tracking eclipse cycles. They're my favorite way to gauge my alignment with the cosmos because they occur over a longer period of time than just a monthly lunar cycle. So it gives you a bigger picture to look back at. And when you do so, the significance of how the themes show up and sync with the happenings in your world are really remarkable. You know, hindsight is how we gain an understanding of our experiences. It's by looking back that we can become self-aware of our patterns and what we want and don't want, where we're going, what we were really doing. So during this eclipse season, you want to be really mindful of all the synchronicities, signs, and messages, things that come to you during this eclipse. And know that if things are going well in your life right now, like it's going to feel better during and around the weeks before and after an eclipse. Also, if you're struggling, you're not going to be able to escape this energy. Just hold on, because you're being redirected by the cosmos, and hopefully the destination is promised to be worth the discomfort you're going through. So take this time and tune in. You know, 2020 is asking us for clarity. It's asking us for a higher vision of ourselves as it relates to our foundation. And the foundation of your beliefs are your foundation. So what beliefs are the cornerstones that are holding you where you're at? You know, how does this theme of inner wisdom and personal truth relate to your path for freedom in the future? This Gemini full moon is asking you what beliefs hold your cornerstones. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching. Take this time to write this down in a journal, because as you go back and look through, it really is a powerful way to tune in and feel like there are higher powers at work in your life guiding you, and it does help you just feel connected to the whole. So again, thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. If it was, please like, subscribe, and share, and look for my site, starspeakerwoman.com, in the description box below. Thanks again. Take care.